In recent years, the way we define aging has begun to shift, from a focus on the number of candles on a birthday cake to a more nuanced view centered around biological age. Biological age reflects how well your body is functioning on a cellular and systemic level, regardless of chronological years. And among the many emerging biomarkers used to gauge this internal clock, skeletal muscle has risen as one of the most telling indicators of how fast or how gracefully you're aging. It's not just about strength or appearance. Muscle tissue reflects metabolic health, hormonal balance, inflammation status, mitochondrial efficiency, and even immune resilience. In short, the more muscle you have and the better quality it is, the younger your body tends to behave. Skeletal muscle is the largest organ system in the body by mass, and it's metabolically active in ways that go far beyond locomotion. Muscle acts like a command center for systemic health. It helps regulate blood sugar, supports hormone production, and stores amino acids that are essential for immune function and tissue repair. Importantly, muscles communicate with other organs via chemical messengers, known as myokines. These signaling molecules, released during contraction, have been shown to reduce inflammation, promote fat burning, and enhance brain function. The more functional muscle you maintain, the more positively you influence the entire biochemical landscape of your body. Studies now show that muscle mass and strength correlate strongly with longevity and lower incidence of age-related disease. People with higher levels of muscle, particularly relative to their body fat, tend to have better insulin sensitivity, fewer cardiovascular issues, and stronger bones. Muscle strength has even outperformed blood pressure and cholesterol as a predictor of mortality in some studies. Grip strength alone has been associated with cognitive outcomes and long-term health in older adults. These findings underscore the idea that muscle isn't just a passive structure we use to move through life. It's a living, adapting biomarker that reflects how well our bodies are maintaining internal balance. But why does muscle have this effect on biological aging? Part of the answer lies in the mitochondria, the energy-producing structures within cells. Skeletal muscle is incredibly dense in mitochondria, and strength training stimulates both the growth of new mitochondria and the maintenance of existing ones. This is vital because mitochondrial decline is one of the most consistent hallmarks of aging. Healthy, efficient mitochondria help prevent fatigue, protect DNA from damage, and support regeneration. When muscle stays active, so do these critical systems. The result is not just more energy, but greater cellular integrity. Another factor is inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation accelerates aging by promoting oxidative stress and impairing tissue function. Muscle contraction helps counteract this process. The act of lifting weights or engaging in resistance-based activity produces a controlled stress that stimulates repair and adaptation, not degeneration. Over time, this builds a body that's not only stronger but more resistant to the types of inflammatory drift that underlie many chronic conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's. Of course, maintaining or building muscle becomes more challenging with age due to hormonal changes and increased anabolic resistance. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. In fact, it means that building muscle after midlife carries even more value. It becomes a deliberate, strategic investment in slowing your biological clock. With consistent resistance training, adequate protein intake, and recovery, muscle growth is absolutely achievable at any age. Many older adults who start lifting weights later in life experience dramatic improvements in strength, mobility, and energy, often reversing decades of sedentary decline. What's exciting is that this is not about athletic performance or body sculpting. It's about resilience. It's about preserving the functional capacity to live independently, recover from stress or illness, and enjoy life with energy and confidence. When viewed through the lens of biological aging, muscle is not an aesthetic goal but a protective, adaptive organ system that extends health span, the number of years you live with vitality, not just survival. In the end, your muscles are a living reflection of your internal youth. They reveal how well your body can adapt to challenge, repair itself, and stay metabolically alive. Strength, then, becomes more than a fitness goal. It becomes a marker of cellular health, a buffer against disease, and a signal of how effectively your body is aging. And perhaps the most encouraging truth of all, building and maintaining muscle remains one of the most accessible and powerful ways to turn back the biological clock, no matter when you begin.